The night was heavy with silence, the kind that presses against your chest. I was crossing the upstairs hall when I saw her, my 6-year-old niece, Mia, teetering on the balcony's edge. Her tiny toes curled over the cold iron rail, fragile legs trembling, her small hands gripping the metal as if it were her only anchor. The world shrank to her swaying figure, the drop below a shadow waiting to claim her. "Mia, stop!" I whispered, my voice barely audible, afraid a louder sound might startle her. She turned, her pale face ghostly in the moonlight, her eyes carrying a weight no child should bear, half sorrow, half surrender. "Mommy told me to disappear," she said softly. "I'm in the way." Those words sliced deeper than any knife, carving through years of trust. I stepped forward, slow and deliberate, my hand outstretched. "Come here, sweetheart," I said, heart pounding. As she climbed down, clinging to me, I saw them. Bruises on her arms, faint but deliberate, not the kind from a fall. Her jaw stiffened when she spoke, her gaze hollow, a sadness no child should know. Something was terribly wrong, and it wasn't just the balcony. It was a betrayal, cold and calculated, rooted in the heart of this house. I tucked Mia into bed, her small frame curled under blankets, and sat in the dark, replaying her words. My sister-in-law, Claire, had always been distant, her smiles sharp and fleeting, but this was no misunderstanding. Telling a child to disappear was a choice, a cruelty I couldn't unsee. I thought of the family dinners, Claire's dismissive glances when Mia spoke, the way she'd snap at her interruptions. The phone calls cut short when I entered, the secrecy in her eyes. I'd chalked it up to stress, to her high-powered job. But Mia's bruises and her words screamed a truth I'd been too blind to face. This wasn't neglect, it was intent. I didn't confront Claire. Rage is loud and reckless. I needed precision. I began to watch, silent as a shadow. Mia flinched when Claire entered a room, shrinking like prey sensing a predator. I checked Claire's phone records, late-night calls to an unknown number, deleted by morning. I followed her once, claiming I was running errands. She wasn't at a meeting, she was at a hotel bar, laughing with a man, their hands brushing too familiarly. The pieces formed a picture. Claire was living a double life, and Mia, her own daughter, was an obstacle to her freedom. Each discovery tightened a coil inside me, but I stayed calm, methodical. I hired a private investigator, Elena, who dug deeper. Hotel receipts, encrypted messages, a man named Daniel, a corporate lawyer with a reputation for charm. Claire's secret wasn't just an affair, it was a calculated escape from her life, with Mia as collateral damage. I planted a small recorder near the balcony door, hidden in a potted plant. One night, when the house was still, I played it back. Claire's voice, venomous and calm. "You don't belong here, Mia. You're broken. If you disappear, it's better for everyone." Mia's soft sob followed, a sound that broke my heart and steeled my resolve. It was enough. Enough to destroy. The next morning, I invited Claire to the dining room, the recorder's weight heavy in my pocket. She sat, sipping coffee, her blonde hair perfect, her smile practiced. I placed the device on the table and pressed play. Her voice filled the room, each word a confession of her cruelty. Her face drained of color, her mug slipping from her hands, shattering on the floor. You recorded me?" she stammered, eyes darting for an escape. I didn't blink. "I know everything," I said, my voice low, lethal. "Your affair, your lies, the bruises on Mia's arms. You told her to vanish. Now it's your turn." Her excuses came fast, tangled in desperation. "You don't understand. I was stressed. I didn't mean it." But her lies crumbled under the truth. I leaned forward, voice steady. "You tried to erase your daughter. I've sent this to your husband, to Child Protective Services, to your firm. Your world ends today." Her eyes widened, horror dawning as she realized the trap was sprung. Copies of the recording, the receipts, the photos of Daniel were already with my brother, Mark, and the authorities. Her empire of deceit was collapsing. Claire's unraveling was swift. Mark confronted her that night, his face a mix of betrayal and disgust. By morning, CPS arrived, ensuring Mia's safety with me. Claire's firm suspended her, her affair exposed in office whispers. Her social circle, once fawning, turned cold. Her reputation shredded by headlines. Executives' cruelty to daughter uncovered. She begged for forgiveness, tears streaming, but I had none to give. When the police escorted her out, her screams were for herself, not Mia. No remorse, only fear of her fall. I moved Mia into my home, a cozy house filled with warmth and safety. Her room was ready, soft blankets, books she loved, a lock on the door for her peace. She began to smile again, her drawings brightening with color, her laughter echoing through the halls. I enrolled her in art classes, where her talent bloomed, each sketch a step away from the shadows Claire cast. Mark, heartbroken but resolute, filed for divorce, vowing to be the father Mia deserved. Sitting with Mia one evening, her small hand in mine, I felt no triumph, only clarity. Claire's betrayal wasn't just against Mia, it was against the family we'd built, the trust we'd shared. I didn't need to scream or rage, I let the truth do the work, sharp and surgical. Claire lives now in a rented apartment, her career in ruins, her name a whisper of shame. Mia, though, is free, her eyes no longer carrying that heavy sorrow. She paints the world she sees, not the one Claire tried to erase. I taught Claire that some betrayals don't end in forgiveness, they end in exposure. And as I watch Mia laugh, safe and loved, I know the balcony wasn't her end. It was her beginning, and I'll be there for every step, guarding the light she's reclaimed.